Hi, welcome back. It's raining here today, super gloomy. One of those days you just don't want to do anything. So instead of working on my actual painting today, I thought I will do a little exercise, kind of show you how many different ways you can make texture with watercolor and just household objects that you find around the house. I'm pretty excited about that. And if you're discovering me, watching my video for the first time, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment, say hi. I'd love to get to know you more. First one we're going to do is a super simple standard one. And we're gonna use some salt, table salt. The second one I'm going to use is some kosher salt. They're much bigger salt grains. Kind of see where I'm going for. And what I have in this spray bottle is actually just some good old plain alcohol. I think I sprayed a little bit too much, but you can see, you guys gotta get the drift. This one I probably do all the time if you ever attended my live streams. And if you have not, I am live every Wednesday. Maybe come stop by one day, check it out. So this one, I'm just gonna use some paper towel. And kind of how you want to texture, scrunch it up also matters. If you want to smooth, dab, whatever, you kind of want to use like a smooth surface, but I kind of want to do a very crinkled surface. I'm using like a crinkly side. And then you just kind of gently dab away. And voila! This one I use a lot for clouds and any sort of smoky effect. The next two I don't really use often. I actually haven't really been at all. Because they're kind of big textures and I haven't really found the need yet. What I have here are some cow roast rice grains. And next I have here are some purple rice. I got this idea because when you make purple rice, if you've ever made purple rice, you know that the purpleness of the rice kind of bleeds into the water and I was curious to find out if you'll do the same on paper. So we'll see. So guys, was to use a fan brush and pick up a secondary color. And for demo purposes, I'm just gonna use this red I've been using. And our second to the last one is something that I just discovered. So it is masking fluid. And I've been getting a lot of questions about how to use it without ruining your brush and just how to use it in general. So after many rounds of experimentation, I'm glad to show you that you need to first coat a brush with some sort of soap. I have here a brush cleaner that you get from stores, which works well, but I know that you can also just use bar soap. Coat your brush with it first, and then on a dry paper surface, I made a pattern here, like kind of a shape, if you guys can see. What you want to do after you use masking fluids, you want to wash your brush off right away. You don't want that to cake over and dry, even on a coated brush. So you want to wash it off right away. And then what I usually do is coat it with this material back up, and then soap or cleaner back up, and then just set aside. we want to let this dry completely, then apply ink on top, and then you'll see. The other thing I've discovered that it does leave a yellowish tint just ever so slightly on your paper if you leave it on for more than like 5-6 hours, so something to keep in mind. If you don't mind that, or you're gonna cover that area anyways, and it's not a big deal, but otherwise you wanna work on it and then almost peel it off right away. Okay, so I have the square covered, and these are like cotton swab, cotton pads that I'm sure you have at home. Okay, I want to tear them apart. What I want is to see these little fibers. And you just want to just place it on wherever you want these textures to be. We'll let that do its thing. And I think this square, yeah, our masking fluid is dry. So I'm gonna go over that quickly with some of this red paint. You can see where the masking fluid is. It will not be covered. And I can't wait to take it off because it's like the most satisfying thing, this step. Okay. And because I only have 9 squares, I do have one other trick for you guys, so I'm just gonna do it here. So I have this little flower here, so I'm just gonna leave it here. So maybe I'll have a little flower surprise here at the end. There's a second flower, put it right on top of here. Hopefully it's not too late. I did press down a little bit, so. Okay, can't wait to remove them. Here's our little square experiment. We'll come back in a little bit and check on the progress and see how it turned out. So a little bit time has passed. I think our paper is mostly dry, so I think we can check on the textures now. Let's see how they turned out. Where was the granulated salt, table salt? Brush any loose. Try to brush as much of the loose salt off as we can, so you only see the texture. Look at that. Cool. This is the salt brushed off. Number 2, which was the kosher salt, so slightly bigger grain, and you can still see some of that bigger grain here. Let's get up closer, see? Yeah, you can see all this bigger grain. So cool. So that's the salt we brushed off. So this is kind of taking on a tie-dye kind of feel and look, huh? Because the salt grains are so much bigger, I think it also absorbed a lot more water, so it's kind of getting a tie-dye kind of feel. This one was the one we just used paper towel to dab. I think you probably already saw this texture as we were done. I accidentally dropped a little paint here, but don't mind that. But yeah, you can see how just by simply dabbing paper towels on a wet wash, you can create this smoky-like, cloud-like texture, which I thought was super cool. Rice grains. So you kind of see some of the colors already pooling around that rice. So let me just gently brush this off. This one, so cool. The texture almost looked like something you see under the microscope, like little cells or something jumping around. You can just imagine it, right? I'm glad I dropped some extra paint around some of the rice areas because it's a really good dark and light effect. Super cool. This one was the purple rice experiment. So I'm so excited to report that the color of the purple rice did bleed through into the paint. So look at that. Let's brush this away. So now it's just right off the bat, it gave it like tricolor effect. There's this areas where the paint pooled, and then the rice kind of, the purpleness of the rice of itself bled through. So now it looks like, I don't know, kind of looks like the inside of like a guava or passion fruit. This one you kind of already saw as we draw fan brush with a secondary color, dabbing it, and I still think it kind of looks like some sort of under ocean jellyfish kind of effect. Kind of cool. This one I'm excited about revealing. So first off, let's see how these flowers turned out. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so I kind of put the second flower on a little bit later, so it didn't do as well, but it left a little bit impression. But that is so cool. It totally looks like little dandelion if you ever need to draw that. And remember, this is where we have the masking fluid. I'm gonna take that off. I know that you probably see tons of videos online about this peeling of masking fluid and how that looks, but you actually shouldn't do that. You should always try to rub it off instead. I know it's not as cool to look at. So rubbing it off ensures that it won't accidentally peel your paper off. So, super cool, this area where I just like dabbed. And then this is area I made a clean lines with a little dandelion version on it. Okay, a little bit of, oh, some of the fiber wants to stay on the paper, which I don't even mind actually. Whew. So just a little bit faint impression. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoy watching me create these 9 different textures using materials, items you find around the house. I definitely hope you learned something new today. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and definitely leave me a comment to let me know which one was your favorite texture to create.